afternoon, and welcome to Farnham's 2021 Spirit of Hope event for the second and hopefully last year as a virtual event. Thank you for spending part of your lunch with us. My name's Amy Cavino. I'm an anchor and reporter at WMUR, and I'll be your MC for the afternoon. Over the next 30 minutes or so, you'll hear from staff, clients, and award recipients. You'll learn all that Farnham is doing right now to help people in our communities struggling with addiction find a path to recovery, as well as how we've adapted our services amidst the pandemic. We'll share stories of success and come together to make a difference to help our friends, family, and community. I invite you to sit back and enjoy what we have in store for you.
I had a really great family, really great upbringing. There wasn't any kind of like traumatic experience that made me turn to like drugs and alcohol. It wasn't really like that for me growing up. I just remember like an overwhelming feeling of being uncomfortable in my own skin once I reached that like adolescent age. Found myself alone at 23, 24 with 2 children and no parents to turn to at this point because I'm a grown adult. I thought I had to be super mom and I thought I had to be super woman. I got a job at a restaurant where I worked mostly at night and then I mommed all day. And I had a kidney infection, got my first prescription for an opiate. And I thought it was like magic. Like, oh my God, I didn't feel emotionally, I didn't feel anything physically. Pain that I didn't even know I had was gone. And it was in the prescription boom time, so they were just giving them to me. Sooner or later, obviously the prescriptions ran out. All of a sudden I was physically addicted without even knowing what physically addicted meant, and I was becoming mentally addicted as well. I was full-blown dysfunctional, unmanageable. If you had told me I could have taken a lie detector test, that I was a good mom though at the time. Like I was like, my kids are fed, they are at school, everything is done, and that is why I need these drugs. I turned to heroin. Everything went down really, really fast at that point. And I suffered my first overdose. I'm at the hospital, I have a doctor standing over me, and she was just like, why? I just have to ask you, why would you do this to yourself? And I remember the feeling of being like, I don't know. I don't think I want to be doing this. So I came in here and I did their 7-day program, and it was like dipping my toe in the water of having a clear mind for 7 days even. I hadn't had a clear mind for 7 days since my 20s. First week in detox, I was in a panic, and I remember the staff just checking on me and making sure that like I was taking comfort meds and like I wasn't suffering and that I wasn't alone. And I remember just like the kindness. They made me feel like this was my home. And I remember being talked into staying. On the day that I had agreed to the 28-day program, so the 7th day of my detox, I got served court papers that guardianship of my children was actually taken. And I remember something in my head shifted where I was like, I'm risking being mom. I'm risking them. I'm risking being able to hold them. And the only way that I won't be risking that is if I am sober and doing the right thing. And so I stayed and I agreed, and I got a counselor here, and I got, a case manager and people who were like willing to help me work out my life. They were telling me like, not only are we just saying it's going to be okay, but this is what the plan looks like. And that's what you get in treatment, that, people think they can go home and do it by themselves. But it's so much better when you have the support system in treatment to not only hug you when you need it, but also show you like these are the steps that you take, and we will stand beside you every step of the way and pass you off to our colleague for the next step. Oh, life is beautiful. I do yoga at 5:30 in the morning. I have all 3 of my children full custody. I have a license, I have a car, that I got myself in my own name. I have my own 4-bedroom home. I was able to be the caregiver for my mother in the last 2 years of her life. She passed away from cancer, but for like once in my life, I got to take care of her. So that was really beautiful.
What a great way to start our program. Congratulations, Amanda, on your success. Thank you for sharing your story, and thank you for the work you do here at Farnam. Each year, we choose a theme that represents the culture and work that we're doing here at Farnam. This year's theme is Looking Forward, Strengthening Recovery Together. The past year has certainly been challenging for many of us, but at Farnam, we're looking forward. We are hopeful for the months and years to come that we can join together as a community to support those most in need on their path to recovery. Who better to talk about looking forward and coming together than the Senior Vice President of Farnam, Annette Escalante. Annette is happy to give us a quick update regarding what's happening with substance use services here in New Hampshire.
Thank you, Amy. My name is Annette Escalante. As mentioned, I'm the Senior Vice President of Farnam Center. I have been here less than a year, and wanted to just talk quickly about our mission here at Farnam Center. As you know, we've had a very challenging year due to COVID, and of course, our staff have been phenomenal in ensuring that there has been safety for all, especially for the clients. One of the biggest challenges or issues that we've seen in this past year has been a huge increase in substance use, primarily with alcohol. And that is because we're seeing more folks who have been isolated due to the COVID-19. I wanted to just quickly talk about some of the services that Farnam offers. We have a medical detox unit. We also offer medication-assisted treatment, residential services here in Manchester and in Franklin. We also have outpatient services. Our goal here at Farnam Center is to ensure that all of our clients have a safe place and that they have structure in their lives in order to be able to reach recovery. The staff here at Farnam Center is very committed to ensure that all of our clients have their own committed path to recovery.
Thank you, Annette, for your vision and insights on Farnam. We're so thankful for your guidance and leadership. Next, I'd like to introduce Lisa Gurton. Lisa is, of course, President and CEO of Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, this afternoon's presenting sponsor. Thank you, Lisa, for being here with us this afternoon and for Anthem's continued and generous support of our Spirit of Hope event.
Hi, I'm Lisa Gurton, President of Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield in New Hampshire. And on behalf of everyone at Anthem, we're honored to once again be the presenting sponsor of the Spirit of Hope event. We have sponsored this event since its inception because we believe so strongly in Farnam's mission. For 40 years, Farnam has been changing the conversation about addiction from stigma to support and from problems to solutions. Farnam's ability to adapt to changing circumstances and find ways to provide needed recovery care is a testament to its long-term success. As a result of COVID-19 and a reduction in resources, the need for Farnam's recovery services has never been greater in New Hampshire, and they need our continued support. We're grateful to everyone on the Farnam team for all you do to help New Hampshire citizens struggling with addiction. And thank you to all who are watching for your support of Farnam's important mission.
Thank you, Lisa, for your steadfast support of our Farnam programs at Easter Seals and for being a champion of health and wellness for all of our New Hampshire families. Everyone at Farnam and Easter Seals appreciates Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield's work in this arena. As the President and CEO of Easter Seals New Hampshire, I'm tremendously proud of our efforts by our team, especially during these unprecedented times. We care for some of the state's most vulnerable residents, and their challenges were compounded by the pandemic. That's why Easter Seals New Hampshire programs never shut down. We carefully adhere to health and safety protocols, made program and staffing modifications to ensure appropriate program operations, but we never stopped serving our clients here at Farnam and across all of Easter Seals programs. As more people are getting vaccinated, we're happy to be able to begin to expand our numbers of people, and we can get back to our pre-COVID number levels. To the team at Farnam, Thank you. Thank you for your continued hard work and dedication. And Lisa, thanks once again to you and your amazing team at Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
Big thanks to you, Lisa and Maureen. I hope everyone is enjoying the program so far. We'd be remiss if we didn't take a moment to recognize the dedicated and passionate individuals who help make this event possible, our Spirit of Hope Committee. A special thank you to the chair of the committee from Granite Group Benefits, Kim Soha, as well as other committee members, Jess Carluccio, Roberta Cucciu, Annette Escalante, Lori Levesque, Christine Peterson, Courtney Smith, Scott Spradling, and Rob Wazorek. Thank you all for your efforts in making this afternoon's event a success. And at this time, it's my pleasure to introduce Matt Kafoury to present this year's Fred Kafoury Jr. Spirit of Community Award. Matt, take it away.
Thank you, Amy. My name is Matt Kafoury, and I'm so honored to be with you all this afternoon for the 2021 Spirit of Hope event and to honor the legacy of my dad with the Fred Kafoury Jr. Spirit of Community Award. This award began in 2014 to honor the legacy of my dad and all he did to support the communities of New Hampshire. I'm sure that my dad would be thrilled with this year's recipient. This lifelong resident of Manchester has achieved great success throughout his life and has always been committed to serving the community. This year's recipient is Bobby Stephen. I've had the good fortune through my Lebanese heritage to know Bobby, his wife Shirley, his sons Johnny, Chucky, and Robbie for almost all of my life. Bobby and his family are the epitome of this award. They have touched our lives and community for many years, and in so many ways it's impossible to list. From the early days at the Cedars of Lebanon and then the Vault restaurant, right up until today, when Bobby is still trying to make a way to make his St. Paddy's Day fundraiser work through the pandemic. Bobby's served in government as a senator, he's been our boxing commissioner, he's run New Hampshire Jobs for America graduates, and has been involved in countless charities and has supported so many initiatives through fundraising that have benefited both Easter Seals and the Farnham Center. Bobby and his family's selfless devotion is a shining example that we should all aspire to. I'm so happy to present this long overdue award to Bobby and his family. Congratulations, Bobby.
We all have a different journey to take and different paths to leave. And what we leave on earth is a legacy that will be for many years to come. And I want to thank Matt Kafoury and his family for all that they do and for this award that I'm receiving today. Thank you.
And a hearty congratulations to you, Bobby. Thank you for being an integral part of our community and for your more than 40 years of service to those in need. Next, it's my honor to introduce Easter Seals New Hampshire board member and chair of the Farnham Committee, Rob Wazorek.
Thank you, Amy. I too would like to offer my congratulations to Bobby for his most deserving award, and your impact on this community has been undeniable. As you have heard today, Farnham continues to support our communities, providing the best possible care for those most in need, despite these difficult times. Life-changing work truly happens inside the walls of Farnham, and it's my honor this afternoon to recognize the incredible staff who, day in and day out, amaze me with their passion and dedication. From me, the Easter Seals Board, and everyone at Easter Seals and Farnham, thank you for all you do. To hear more about how our staff make a difference, please enjoy this client video.
Addiction is very selfish. It's it doesn't matter what you call it, or if there's a gene or not, I don't know, but it's just plain selfishness. And when you're stuck inside yourself and you only give a shit about yourself, not much matters to you. But when you can see what it was and what it is, it's really crazy and just very blessed. Growing up, I was always into sports. My dad was a coach for a lot of my teams, and I played baseball, basketball, lacrosse, got into skateboarding, snowboarding. I was in the hospital a lot as a kid. I was big into flag football, and I think I was 23 at the time, or 22, and I collided with a couple guys and broke a rib, fractured a rib, and a dislocated cartilage from a rib. Went to the emergency room, and that's when I was prescribed Percocet, and it was basically like a year-long prescription of Percocet, you know. And I remember when I got home that day, I felt like amazing, just through the roof. Like so much to the sense where, like, even with a broken rib and dislocated cartilage, I did all the dishes, I mowed the lawn, and then like even did all my laundry that night. And my old man was like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Oh, I just feel great. These things are awesome." And that was really the start of the downfall. So, and that lasted 10 years. Completely on my knees to pain pills or to opiates, you know, completely just out of control. And I have to get high just to keep off being sick. 2013, I think I was 32 or 33 at the time, is when I'd heard about Farnam a couple times, and that day I was having a hard time getting a hold of my dealer and was just chasing around, and finally I got a hold of him, and I was sick and felt like shit, and I had the pills, and I was like, I'm just gonna head to Manchester and go to Farnam, and on the way here I almost I was the closest I've probably ever been to committing suicide. I almost drove my truck head-on collision on 101. But I was worried if I, you know, kill a father or something. Luckily I was, rather than being selfish in that moment, I thought about who I might hit or what I might cause for damage. That I decided not to, and I'm glad I did. Managed to come up here and get some help, you know, from you guys. Sorry. I got to Farnam. They were great. They were very accommodating. I was able to see them within like an hour, and you know, it was from there on that it was about setting up a plan. You know, and that plan is, you know, obviously to sober up. And there's a lot of rules that go along with that, but it's those rules that are needed in order for you know, for a place like Farnam to take somebody seriously. I forget if it was strike one or strike two, but they were like, listen, you know, the only way this is gonna work is if you take it serious. You need to be ready and committed to being sober, you know. But they were very accommodating, very loving, very nice, helped me, and it took me a couple years really to really finally, you know, get to a point where I was decided on myself not to play a game anymore and to really, you know, get into being sober. Life's amazing. We had our, so 2013 was the last time I tested dirty. 2016 we had our first child. A little over a year ago, or almost 2 years ago now, decided to try again, and you know, ended up having a second little girl, Emmy Jude. So life's awesome. Really just can't be thankful enough for where I was and where I am now.
Thanks, Ben, for sharing your story. Hi, everybody. I'm Scott Spradling. Ben, congratulations and best of luck on your continued success. Now, I don't know about all of you, but I've been inspired by everything I've already heard this afternoon. So what better way to show your support than by making a donation? And I've got good news. This year, we've made it super easy. We can do it together. In fact, hang on, pull out your phones. I'll do the same thing. All you need to do is text the word Farnam to 51555. Then follow the link, and you'll be helping those most in need to find their way to a life free of alcohol and other drugs. Every gift, no matter the size, is a statement that you support Farnam. So let me give you some examples. So $50, that helps with medication and co-pays and aftercare supports. $100 is the average cost of a psychiatric nurse practitioner session. A gift of $250 helps clients who lack prescription coverage and service co-pays. $500 would help offset the costs of detox services, so important but costly. $1,000 helps offset the cost of sober living services. $2,500 would support scholarships for intensive outpatient programming. And $5,000 is going to support a portion of our client's stay for residential services. Really important investments. So please consider joining me by texting the word Farnam to 51555 to support our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott Spradling. And now is a great time to remind everyone who's watching today, if you or a loved one are in need of services and want to achieve success, please reach out day or night. The number here, 603-263-8021. And you can always find more information at farnamcenter.org. For all of you who have joined us this afternoon, I hope you have a richer understanding for all that Farnam does for our community. I hope that you'll join us in looking forward and strengthening recovery. And finally, I hope you'll consider joining Scott and others by making a donation to those on their path to recovery. As we wrap up this year's Spirit of Hope event, thanks to all of our sponsors, those who've donated, and of course to our speakers, Annette, Lisa, Maureen, Matt, Bobby, Rob, Scott, and of course Amanda and Ben. And finally, thanks to all of you for joining us and for your ongoing support of Farnam. We wish you a great day.